superb owl? Well, because as the NFL might say, well, it is copyrighted by the NFL by the use of its audience only, and technically you can't use this and blah, 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 blah. That's why brands that create ads for the big game so famously call it the big game. But now, things are changing a bit for those ads. What's going on in the world of the big game ads? They're becoming big game content plans. You ready for what you need to lead? Well, let's roll. Hello everybody, Robert Rose here with the news. It is what's new, but really it's what's important in the world of marketing. And for the best and best practices in content and marketing, you can always head on over to contentmarketinginstitute.com. So it is that time of year when big brands in both B2B and B2C ready their advertising experiences for the big game. Now, I'm not going on any rant about how a certain team should have been in the big game, but isn't in the big game, and I'm not even going to go there because football's done to me right now, to be honest. Anyway, one of the reasons people watch the big game, of course, is the tentpole ads that have been unveiled. Because that time is so precious and expensive, ads over the years have tended to be celebrity-filled, production-heavy, and really trying for some level of memorability. From some of the most famous big game ads, like Apple's introduction of the Macintosh in 1984, which ran only one time, by the way, to supermodel Cindy Crawford drinking a Pepsi in 1992, to Volkswagen's The Force in 2011, loved that ad, one of my favorites of all time, to the Old Spice's Man, Your Man Could Smell Like campaign, to Budweiser, Clydesdales, and puppies that tugged at our heartstrings. All of those ads throughout the years have really helped shape our culture in so many ways. But there's an interesting evolution developing, and I think it's got everything to do with a broader trend that we're seeing in content and marketing at the brand level. All those ads, and others like it, were really one-and-done campaigns. I mean, sure, some of them had the kickoff to other related TV commercials or even branded campaigns that went beyond the game, but by and large, they were single-purpose-driven experiences driving big attention, emotional bursts, and worthy enough of being talked about and driving word of mouth over the next few weeks. In fact, one of the primary ways that the brands measured the big game ads is earned media impressions from all the news and other shows that replayed those ads in the days that followed the big superb owl game. But our take here at CMI, well, we're noticing some distinct differences in the campaigns that are being launched this year. Instead of just one-and-done production-heavy tentpole pieces, many of the big game campaigns are now introducing integrated digital content or even physical experiences that will be multi-channel, multi-format, focused on using content or media, if you prefer that word, experiences over a long period of time. For example, Mars M&Ms, well, they looked as though they were retiring their spokes candy personas, but all that seems to be a lead up to their big game spot to reintroduce them in some way and introduce a number of what they're calling creative experiences on the backside of things. Busch Light Beer apparently will feature a brand new mascot at the big game this year, along with a year-long effort called the Busch Guide that aims to connect nature-loving fans and will promote, I'm assuming in a humorous fashion, some sort of survival guide. Now, Limit Break, a Web3 gaming company, is going to use the big game spot as a launching point for 40,000 NFTs that they're going to do to build excitement for a new mobile game that they're building. And I'm sure there will be others. I mean, it's a little hard to know right now exactly because what we have are teasers for this from the brands and not a lot of detail. But watch out for that. That's what I'd like you to watch out for during the big game this year, is that brands using their big game ads not to just create shock, entertainment, or memorable laughs, but tee up bigger, more integrated content planning that may create lots of other types of experiences. That's something we're seeing not just at the big game level, but also at the marketing strategy level. Well, that's content planning becoming an integrated part of our overall marketing campaign planning. But I'd love to know what you think about modern marketing in the big game. Is it the biggest waste of money you can think of? Is it a way to make your mark? Is it a way to promote another content platform that differentiates your brand? If you had $7 million, and that is the going rate these days, $7 million and you could only spend it on one spot for the big game, how would you spend it? For now, that's 5 minutes of news that hopefully you can use to lead your marketing strategy. I'm Robert Rose, and remember, as always, it's your story to tell. Tell it well. I'll see you next week.